Right, YouTube. As promised earlier, I told you I was going to bring you on along on one of my mapping jobs that I do. So that's what I'm looking at this morning. It's Rivers Walk here in Boone, North Carolina, and I got the Phantom 4 Pro out today. Was just going to kind of show you the setup and kind of show you how we get ready for a mapping job. It's pretty interesting. It's a pretty easy thing to do. It's not too complicated. Use 3DR Sight Scan as the software, and it works remarkably well. It really, I've been very, very impressed with how well it works for jobs just like this. So we'll go ahead and get into it, get everything set up, and we'll get ready for takeoff. Currently, 3DR does not support the iPhone, so everything that you're working with here is done through the iPad itself. So just to share that little tidbit of information with you as well. And it does require a Wi-Fi connection, so what I use is my hotspot, my personal hotspot on my iPhone. I set that up here so that way the iPad, I have actually just have a Wi-Fi iPad that I use to do with this. Now if it was cellular, that would work just fine as well, but I just use that as my connection there, internet connection. That way the software 3DR can communicate with the internet. And so what I have on the flight plan that I've saved is actually saved through the internet as well, or in Sight Scan. So it all pulls that wirelessly, and that way it can recall which project to run, which flight to run. Go ahead and get this set up on the ground here. All right, we're going to continue to get everything set up and rolling here and let you guys kind of see what this looks like. This was originally created in February 15th of this year, the original flight plan that we had set up for this project. And so we've run the same consecutive flight plan. It's called a cross-hatch survey. We've run that same plan now since February, twice a month. We just run it every 2 weeks or thereabout. We run this plan, run this flight plan, and then everything takes over from there. It's wonderful. It does all the checking. It checks the different, I'll show you the different settings here. When you get ready to go to fly mode, checks the aircraft, checks the camera. It does a battery check to make sure that everything is going to, that there's enough battery to complete the mission. And then it does a flight check as well. So it works really good. This is the flight mission that I told you that I could pretty much run in about 16 minutes. Might take just a touch longer today, being that we are actually kind of talking you through the process and everything. But everything is passed here on the flight plan. I'm going to get ready to fly, and you'll see everything ready for takeoff here. I'm going to transfer you over now to the other view. I want to put you directly into the sun right there, but kind of let you see what's taking place. It's really interesting because here also have the Osmo Action running again. You know, I run that pretty much all the time for different things, but you can kind of see here what is taking place. You can see what the drone is seeing here, and then you can actually see the flight plan that's taking place there. All right, I'm going to run the mission. I do have Josh with me, my son. Like I'd mentioned before, I do have him with me. He is a huge help. He helps me get everything set up. He also serves as my visual observer, so he's there to help me with that. I don't know. It's early, it's a little early in the morning. He hasn't had his coffee yet, so I don't know if he wants to pop in and say hello or not. You want to say hi, Josh?
Howdy.
Howdy. Josh says howdy. And just for FYI, we are in a location that we are granted permission to fly from. It's always important to note that you have to have permission if you're flying from state or federal owned property. You have to have permission to fly from there, so it's important that you note that. This is county owned property here, and the project that we are flying, Rivers Walk, is just on the other side of us here. We'll add some video of the project to let you see what that looks like. It is really coming along. It's amazing to see the progress that is taking place in just these last few months. It's a pretty large project when you're talking about living in the mountains and you've got to redo the dirt landscape. You've got to have a good layer and a good foundation. It's very, very important that you take note of that as well. And when I say that we did the project in about 16 minutes, that's from turning the truck off to turning the truck back on and everything put up. The actual flight plan is listed to take place at just about, I think it was right at 8 minutes. So the flight plan itself is not that bad, or it doesn't take that long is what I mean there. Been very, very impressed with how well Sight Scan works. Before doing 3DR Sight Scan, I had not used any other mapping software. Only been using DJI. I thought about using Litchi. Thought about using the Pix 4D, I believe is what it's called. I've not really had a chance to use that much. I just kind of look at it basically from the phone. But this has been impressive, just to watch how well it works. Also, it's important that you do have to maintain visual line of sight. I'm doing that from here. This is it's a small area project, but the construction is actually going to be going up instead of out. Give you an idea of what that's looking like, and you'll see here in just a minute. I'll add some video of that for you. We are only flying at 224 feet above ground level, so we're well within our level here. I have my controller right here. A lot of times I will just lay or set the controller right here beside of me. I don't want to inadvertently lose it or slip, let it fall from my hand and then accidentally hit a button or something. So I just have it placed right here, but I can lay hands on it, alter the flight plan if I need to, the flight path. It's just a beautiful morning here in Boone. Just absolutely gorgeous. Kind of a sleepy morning. Me and Josh went through town a little while ago, and not a lot of people are out yet. Not too many people are stirring. It's right at 9:30 now. This road beside of us here is actually closed. They've actually removed some of the pavement and taken some of that up to complete this construction. This is one of those long-term contract jobs that I was explaining to you that I really appreciate doing and really like, because what that offers to me is a monthly income for the business. And so you have your independent jobs if I'm working for realtors, if I'm working for wedding venues, camps, or any other business that is looking for promotional work to be done. I can do those in the interim. And so I fly this every 2 weeks. Come in and do the flight plan, and then also what we'll do is take some photographs of the job site for progression as well. So you have the 3D mapping aspect, and then I will also have photographs for the client so they can see the progress as well. I basically have been using the Phantom 4 Pro to do the mapping portion due to its mechanical shutter, which I love that. It works works perfectly for a job like this. And then I'll transfer over to the Mavic 2 Pro to take the photographs or video if needed. I do have some Polar Pro filters for the Phantom 4 Pro. I usually don't use those too often, or haven't used those too often, but I do have also the Freewell all-day pack ND filters for the Mavic 2 Pro, and I use that quite often. On a day like this, the sun is really beaming down. It's partly cloudy, so you can kind of see the sun, or the clouds and the sun come and go there, but it can alter your saturation or alter your picture. But I like using ND filters. That was one of the things I was a little apprehensive of at first, but I'm a believer in those now. It really helps change the view of your video for your viewers. All right, we're almost done here. We've acquired 80 photographs so far. We normally take between 80 and 90 for this project here. You might be able to hear the drone. It is now more so getting closer to being overhead or just out in front of us here. I've been very, very pleased with how this works. I don't know fully what the pricing is for this. This is probably for someone who does droning or mapping at a high volume. The way that I'm actually doing this, the company that I'm actually contracting with has placed me on their service as one of their pilots, basically. And so I'm using their service. They did an onboarding process with 3DR, with one of their representatives with me, and kind of showed me the ropes, so to speak, and how this thing works. And I've been hugely impressed ever since. Okay. It is returning home. I don't know if you can hear the beeping or not, but we're going to bring everything down to bring this down here so we can catch the landing. And we can get a little bit on the action there. And it comes really close to how well that works. Okay, mission complete. We were able to acquire 91 images here. You see that is done, and then what we'll have is our flight, the New Rivers walk flight plan there. We're going to have that, and we'll log that into the system or upload it into the system, and then we'll be able to see that within usually an hour or a couple of hours. You'll be able to see where that has been uploaded, and then you'll be able to see the 3D mapping acquisition of it. So it's a excellent program. All right, we're going to get everything put back up here, and we'll call this mission complete. Hope you have a good day. Thank you.